Welcome to How to Avoid 2K's bullshit. With the previous video, the vast majority of 2K's bullshit cannot be avoided, but well, I found a remedy for what's dealt with in the previous video. And usually I start these videos with fuck and then whatever I'm talking about, but this is most definitely fuck 2K. But this one's actually kind of a positive. It's still worth ranting about because it shouldn't have to be done in the first place, but this is at least doing Monty Python and always looking at the bright side of life here at least. So let's get into it. To start out, as y'all know from previous videos on my main channel, I have an alternate account, mainly used for Gran Turismo Sport. Is its creative name alt account GTS. Makes sense. So it was there. So I figured I may as well use it on 2K as well, because if those bastards ban me on my main account for doing nothing fucking wrong, fuck y'all motherfuckers. I'm not dealing with that goddamn ban bullshit. I'm just gonna go to my other account and still play. If you ban me from one, guess what, fuckers? I'll be back. And I'll be back angrier than ever, and y'all will have to deal with the goddamn consequences. So fuck y'all for banning me for nothing. So anyway, look at this, folks. I'm back in my alternate account, and y'all may be seeing that ain't a terrible lineup. And it ain't a terrible lineup. I'll say this, it's a fucking cheesy lineup. I'll put it like that. And I started this account, my team, last month or so. So okay, there were already quite a good, decent amount of good cards, not great cards, good cards in the game. There's quite a lot of great cards too, but there's sections. So okay, what I'm saying is good cards are actually cheap. So therefore, as soon as I could, which is a fucking retarded 2K logic to begin with, is they don't automatically open the auction house. You have to jump through hoops to get there, which in and of itself is retarded, because that just makes people not want to play, because they're forced to play certain things before they can actually get the cards they want, which is downright retarded, because that's just going to make people not want to play and not come back. But anyway, that's not the main logic of the The logic is, as soon as I got to auction house, I was actually able to sell all the bullshit cards they just gave me from the start, with enough MT and stuff to get a few good cards. The fucked up way of 2K is certain silvers, which are rated between 70 and 75 overall out of 99, are worth more than certain amethyst players, which are rated between 90 and 92. So okay, I got an amethyst Oscar Robertson for about the same price as, let's say, 72 overall instead of a 92. Continuing on with the video, it's quite a long video because it's actually selling the game. I'll probably fast forward at some point. But ultimately what I'm saying is that 2K's budget in terms of what the players are worth is absolute bullshit, but I'm using it against them, luckily. They give me a rare card, even if it's a shit card, guess what, I'll still sell it and buy a good cheap card. And Oscar Robertson is most definitely that, because there's three versions of him in the game. This is the worst one, so therefore it's going to be the cheapest. And lo and behold, Oscar Robertson in general is a 6'5" point guard. In this game, you pretty much need your primary ball handler to be about 6'5" or taller, or else you're going to get butt fucked because 2K logic. That's not all that realistic. Chris Paul is a pretty cotton picky good point guard, or in this case, pretty motherfucking good point guard. He's 6 foot tall. Allen Iverson, pretty good. I mean, for fuck's sake, Spud Webb wasn't bad. 5'7". Muggsy Bogues was pretty good. 5'3". If you have someone 6'2", no matter if they're best player in the fucking world at a time, they're shit. So anyway, what I'm saying is my 6'5" point guard can dominate any traditional point guard other than like Magic Johnson, who's still expensive. I got the least expensive cheesy point guard possible. And then I have two tall players that can shoot over people, Kristaps Porzingis and Karl-Anthony Towns. To an extent, I got Karl-Anthony Towns as well because UK, and I like UK players. I'm at the University of Kentucky. That makes sense. I know it's released well too. I've used that card quite a bit, or just used Karl-Anthony Towns quite a bit, and I'll release the same throughout the card. So Whatever. Actually, both is true. At the beginning of the game, I did use that card quite a bit, even on my main account, but whatever, that's another fucking point. The point is, I go to my alternate account because they banned me for no reason on my main account, and guess what? Even with a shit team, if anything, I'm slightly more successful in getting wins with the relative to my other team, shit team. That's fucked up. Granted, I'm not complaining about the 2K getting player selection system, because if you start out with a worse team, in theory, you should probably play another team just as bad to make it fair. And this works in general with triple threats because there's only 3 players on a team. It doesn't work in Ultimate Team with a full 13-player roster, because if you have 5 shit players on the roster and just give them the minutes, but then have substitutions to manuals, like, hey, you just don't have them in as many minutes as it would be automatically, then you get paired up with a shit team. It works in this mode, so that's not the main point I'm complaining about. The main point I'm complaining about is the shit's so expensive in 2K that by the time you get good at the game, your roster's still only fine. So, okay, I have the equivalent of bad starter players this far into the game. And, well, because I've played the game long enough to get good, I'm just better than these people. If they were able to give the bad people at least decent cards to start out with, they would have a reason to play. But now, because good people, obviously by default, also have the bad cards, good people, if they want to, can play. Just shitty players with the starter cards and then wipe the fucking floor with them. At the very least, you can at least let bad players start out with at least decent cards. So that way, maybe, just maybe, if they get paired up with someone with shitty cards, even if they're a better player, it can still be a decent matchup. Nope. Again, I'm not great at the game, but I ain't bad, but I mean, look at this door. 13 to 8 me. Alright, so now fast forward, I'm in the green. I've been in the yellow on the scoreboard. Fast forwarding. Yeah, guess what, motherfuckers? You're not goddamn banning me for shit, because I'll just be back on my alternate account and beat the shit out of people who don't get to play enough, because there's no will for them to play if they start out late, because they're so far goddamn behind. If they don't have the money to buy their team with real fucking money, they're out of fucking luck. So guess what? I'm abusing y'all's system because y'all fucking abused me, banning me for goddamn nothing. Yeah, fuck 2K. I'm always gonna abuse a system like this if they're abusing me. It's not fair, but it's not fair to have what's in this situation to begin with. So yes, folks, I do recommend doing this situation if you actually want to fuck 2K over. If they ban you for no reason, just go to an alternate account. It's not automatic because you get more 2K logic, but within about 30 minutes, you can go to the auction house and then whatever cheap-ass bullshit silver cards they have that wouldn't ever win you a game, you can then sell, get rubies and maybe just maybe an amethyst or two. Play some players who just started a game and therefore don't have much experience and therefore you're going to beat. And then profit off 2K actually banning you because it's easier. You have an easier time winning games of a worse team. That's downright fucky, and it's even more fucky because the situation that started in to begin with is a ban I didn't deserve. So yes, this is sort of a solution to the problem, but it's still very much fuck 2K for this problem even existing in the first place. Anyway though, I won. I'm not the best player in the world, but still, I won. 22 to 12. I almost doubled them up for shit's sakes. This is more proof. Same situation. Next game around with this lineup. Wait for it, folks. I also win 17 to 21. That game's a bit closer, but still, y'all get the point. I can win way more games with a shitty team than with my good team that I worked my ass off for to get. Because I'm abusing the system because 2K abused me. It's very much worth a fuck 2K. At least there's a way that we can abuse the system back so we can also fuck 2K.